Coachella Valley Music Show, coming to you from Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Today our very special guest is the
Classy Motherfuckers.
The Classy Motherfuckers. You have got to tell me how you came up with that name.
Well, I got a computer right around the time we started to record, and I bought that computer and interface, and I just used the username as Classy Motherfucker, and when we recorded, it automatically labeled the band Classy Motherfucker, so we just slapped on a "the" and an S on the end, and there we were.
Very nice. You know, it's hard to find a band name. I was trying to find a band name at one point, and I kept looking to see if they were taken, and Taken was taken. I mean, I came up with so many band names, and they weren't taken. So I have to figure out who's doing what in this band. You are.
I'm the drummer.
Your name is?
Jasyn.
Jasyn the drummer.
Yes.
What's your last name, Jasyn?
Smith.
And how long have you been playing the drums?
I've been playing the drums since about 6th grade. I was probably 10 years old, 11 years old.
And do you write any of the music?
The drum parts.
The drum parts?
Joseph writes most of the
Joseph writes the music. Jasyn, what's your last name?
Vaughan.
Vaughan.
Yeah.
Like, I like that. I like that. And you write the lyrics of the music?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
All right. And the instrument you play is?
Guitar and vocals.
Guitar and vocals?
Yeah.
Right on. And how did you two meet up?
High school.
In high school?
Yeah.
So this is a new band out on the town. And what's the very favorite song you've written that you're playing?
I couldn't narrow it down like that.
You couldn't?
Yeah, I couldn't.
How about you? Do you have a favorite song that you guys play together?
If I had to pick, it'd probably be the first song that they ever taught me, Who I Once Was.
Who I Once Was. All right. Now, and you...
I play bass.
Now you have a female bass player. I've actually seen you guys play, and it's really cool what you're doing. And how long have you been playing the bass?
I've been playing bass since about, I think in 7th or 8th grade.
And how did you meet these guys?
Well, I was in another band that was playing an open mic night at Schmidy's Tavern, and I've seen them a couple times before I met them, and one night I was sitting outside and I saw them play that night without a bass player, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happened to their old bass player. And they approached me and asked me if I wanted to, like learn some of their songs and join.
Right on. Very cool. Tell me your name again.
Trillion.
And what's your last name?
Trillion Drummond.
Trillion Drummond. You guys have a great sound, and so you don't help with the writing. He does all the writing of the songs and the music.
Well, I like to say it, but yeah.
You do? Okay. So you're kind of the head of the band then, probably, right?
Yeah.
And is it easy for you guys to work together?
Yeah.
Now, if you're kind of young, does anybody ever get in your way and try to stop you from doing what you want?
I mean, there's those stereotypical people that don't like the name, but
okay. Classy motherfucker.
Shove them away.
They don't like it. I think it's a cool name.
Yeah,
I like it.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. So now, are you looking at recording or mainly performing?
Mainly it's performing right now.
Yeah, we're trying to fundraise to start up our own recording in our house so we can just release our own CDs as we please.
Right on. So do you have Pro Tools?
No, we use, well, right now we're trying to fundraise to get better equipment.
How are you doing the fundraising?
Well, we're playing shows and
okay.
collecting the money and saving up. and we save up from our jobs and.
Right on. So you are struggling musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Putting your money into your own art. That's pretty cool. What do you think about when you write songs? Or how do you get inspired?
I think about the music itself, like the basis of how to write and pull everything together. I don't really think about like what's the song going to be about. I just think, what am I going to do with it? I don't know how to really say it, but yeah.
Just all comes together.
Yeah.
It all comes together. So you're a younger band, so you still have to deal with, you have to probably deal with parents.
Yeah, definitely.
And school.
Mm-hmm.
And a band. And late nights performing. So how does that work for you?
Well, it's pretty difficult, but I've just learned to kind of work through it, and it's helped me to be able to work harder with school and take it more seriously, since now that I have to juggle AP classes and sometimes doing late shows, but it hasn't really affected my grades too much.
But since you're in AP classes, it's kind of easy for you, right?
I guess so.
Well, the people that are in AP classes, they don't like the honors classes because they get bored in the honors classes, but AP is challenging, so when you add a band to it, that makes it more difficult. Because some people just struggle with getting through, a class that's not honors or advanced placement. So, yeah. So that's why she can already play the piano. She's smart. Yeah. And so do you get any problems from your parents?
No, not at all.
They're supportive?
Yeah.
Because, in the old days, if somebody wanted to be a musician, their parents usually were totally against it. There was a rare musician that had their family behind them. How about you?
Yeah, my family's very supportive. My mom, thankfully, she lets us practice in her garage every time we need to practice whenever it fits her schedule, and I'm just thankful to have that. She lets me go do shows, and
Where are you from?
DHS, Desert Hot Springs.
You don't sound like you're from Desert.
That's what a lot of people say. I get that a lot.
So are your parents from somewhere else?
No, my parents have lived in Desert Hot Springs since the late 70s.
Interesting. It sounds like you have an accent. So, my favorite question to ask musicians is, what's the first piece of music you ever bought?
First piece of music I ever bought.
Like a CD or...
Well, the first CD I can ever remember getting as a present from my father was System of a Down, Toxicity. But the first one I bought for myself was more along the lines of Metallica, Ride the Lightning.
Okay. And is that the way you like to play, or just what you like to listen to? Or is that
Mostly,
changed?
it's what I like to listen to. Playing slower, more blues and rock-oriented music is a lot funner and more challenging at sometimes because you can throw more feeling to it because there's more time to take you along for the ride, I guess.
What about you? What's the first CD you ever bought?
Well, I couldn't tell you the first CD or anything I ever bought. No, but I listened to things like Jimmy Page and Hendrix and Jerry Garcia, things like that.
Right.
That's what I've always been into, the hippie stuff.
And is that what you like to play, or is that what you like to listen to?
Both.
So would you consider yourself at all like a hippie?
No, I'm not a hippie. Not at all.
I guess that's the time that's gone by.
Yeah, hippies failed.
So you have any views of what wouldn't fail?
Not necessarily, no.
We'll just keep it about music. And now, what about you? What's the first music that you listened to and the first CDs that you bought?
Well, I don't really remember what's the first music that I've ever bought, but I've always grown up listening to basically what my parents had listened to, and my mom listened to a lot of things like Bauhaus and The Cure and The Smiths, so that's kind of what I grew up around, and it's what I like now.
Okay. So that's three. You kind of have three different kinds of music playing in your head that were influencing you as you were getting into music and you ended up playing together, so that gives you different things to work with.
Yeah.
You know? Who's your favorite drummer?
I'd have to say Bill Ward from
Okay.
Black Sabbath.
Right on. How about you?
Favorite guitarist?
Yeah.
The three I just listed to you, the Jimmys and Jerry Garcia.
You guys have good taste. Do you have a favorite bass player?
Probably Ace Hassan from the Savages. She's also a female bass player, so I thought it was pretty cool listening to them.
It's really cool seeing a girl up there playing bass, honestly. It really was. I had a girl drummer once, and most musicians that I play with are usually guys, and having a woman on stage is always, the women actually like a woman on stage even more than the men do. And they're much more vocal about it. They'll tend to come up to you on stage and say, "Oh, that was really cool, and I really like that," and yeah.
We've definitely had more people come up and tell us that they love the fact that we have a girl bass player, just because. And it's just the way it is, I guess.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's just cool. It's cool, and the name is Classy Motherfuckers. That's cool. You know. What kind of a following do you have?
It's small, but growing.
You have a young following?
Mainly around 18 to 25, I would say.
No mosh pit, though, right?
No. I think we definitely appeal to the older group of people too. I definitely see a lot of older people getting into our music and telling us that they like the direction our music is going, and that I've even had people tell me that we're a refreshing band, the way we play and the way we go about it, and I think that's really nice.
Right on. Where do you see yourself going in the future? What kind of goals do you have? Places you'd like to play? Would you like to, be making albums, going on tour, playing at Coachella Fest? Any kind of dreams that you have that you'd like
Well,
to go
for
after?
me,
you've got time to do whatever it is you want to do.
For me, I could care less as long as we're playing music. I mean, even if we're still at Schmidy's Tavern 20 years from now, as long as I'm playing with a band, it'll all be good.
Well, if you're still there for 20 years from now, maybe I'll come over there and do some blues
Yeah,
with you.
maybe we can jam out.
Yeah. How about you? Got any ideas in your head, a to-do list?
Well, I crave an audience, so
What a
I
big
like
audience.
playing live. Yeah.
All right.
The bigger, the better.
There's a lot of live stuff going on out here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how many places there are for entertainment. Matter of fact, the last guy on the show, you can put your website up, and I'll send him a song. And they have a lot of things where they're asking for new Coachella Valley talent. So keep your eye out for that. You can get a big audience.
Yeah.
I mean, nice outdoor gig in this great weather.
Yeah.
And have you got anything in your mind as a vision of where you'd like to go musically, things you'd like to do?
Before, I would say that I wouldn't really think I would want to really keep playing music just because it was more of a hobby, but now I've started to really like it, and kind of like what Joseph said, I really like playing in front of an audience now.
Can you guys see yourself in a tour bus together going across the country?
I'd like to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what made you decide that you want to keep doing music?
Well, I've always I always liked doing what I do, like playing bass or guitar, whatever I did, and then when I started out playing with my other bands, which is just some of my friends from high school, that we all kind of came together and decided to do open mic nights, and that's when I kind of, I thought this was fun, but it didn't seem that important to me at the time. But then when I started playing music with them, I started to like it a lot more, because we definitely played a lot of more shows and played in front of more audiences, and I liked seeing the response that people had to the music we played, and that's when I really started to like doing this.
So you don't just play the bass, you play the guitar as well?
Yeah, but now bass is kind of my main thing that I play.
So I bet that eventually I'll see you guys at Coachella Fest.
Hopefully.
I'm really glad you got to come down to our show. I'm going to wrap it up. Do you have anywhere where people can contact you to hire you or find out where your next gig is?
Any social media like Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that.
So any social media, you look for Classy Motherfuckers.
Or abbreviated CMFs.
Or, yes, CMFs.
Yeah.
And that you can say on TV. So if we syndicate, we're going to call you CMFs.
Yeah. We're the Classy Motherfuckers for whenever we want, and then whenever we play more of a family audience, we abbreviate to the CMFs.
Right on.
Just works out easier that way.
I think you'll find there's a lot of places to play on here.
Yeah.
You won't even have to travel
Yeah.
when you start playing. This town is full of wonderful places. Thank you very much for watching the Coachella Valley Music Show, and thank you for coming
Of course.
on the show. CMFs, Classy Motherfuckers, a new breed of musician in the Coachella Valley.
Thank you for having us.
Coachella, Coachella, Coachella.